challenges will continue for the foreseeable future. Find out how living in the dark can actually improve your health.
Animation was absolutely beautiful, especially the rockets going into space in the sky and the boy falling from the sky, especially with the photo in his hands and when the photo kind of, fragmented and tore apart in the way that it was, glowing as he was falling. I thought was absolutely breathtaking. I thought it was just beautifully done, beautifully animated. And the story was so great as well and touching, especially just connecting, in the present day, you can tell, he's kind of down, you can tell he's just not as animated, and then you feel this, animation in the character and connectedness to space, and then getting the backstory of, you kind of realize that connectedness comes from his father, and seeing the flashbacks with his father and the boy when he was younger, looking through the telescope with his father, and just how all of his memories of him just evoked so much happiness and so much sadness at the same time. I thought was beautiful.
The 3D animation was incredible. It was impeccable. I really, really loved what they did. I loved the graphics. I loved the photographic imagery. I liked the kind of the emotional side, which is kind of the note to his childhood and astronomy. And I like how that played out throughout the whole short. And it was sort of stretched out. Like in the beginning, nothing really was explained, but we were drawn into the characters' sort of distress. And then that was unraveled throughout the short. I love the emotional impact that it had. I think the music was so well done. I think it is very clear with this short that everything was very much thought of intently to relate to one another.
Great world building and creation of circumstances and backstory. It just created for a very deep well of emotion and allowed me as a viewer to actually go on this emotional journey with the character. I love the animation style. It felt very fresh, and I was delighted by their great use of color and texture throughout. So overall, really effective piece.
I loved the colorful, nostalgic aesthetic that it had. I thought the CGI was great. I thought the animation was fantastic. The characters' emotions always came through very clearly. And just the overall design was very well executed and filled with tons of details, which I really appreciated. I like that it started out sort of grounded in reality, and then in the middle, it just became more about the mood and the emotion of it. Yet it's always grounded in visual storytelling and just pure cinema in that respect. So yeah, this felt like a really heartfelt piece, and I thought it was very well executed.
Going made me feel things. The animation was great. The story was beautiful, heartfelt. It pulled on my heartstrings effectively. And to be able to get me that engaged, tell that um, impactful of a story without dialogue, that's Pixar storytelling right there. That's Pixar level storytelling right there. So
How do you have the sense of a deeper family backstory and emotional connection to the external events that the character faces. So overall, it was a really sweet, short animation film, and I definitely recommend it.
Going. This was really interesting and really fun. And such a good way to kind of tell a story, and it had a little bit of everything in it, which I really enjoyed. I thought the animation style was really fun as well. And like having him fall asleep and like the dream of like him and his dad with, kind of flashing back and seeing and being obviously this is something they did all the time of like watching the rockets launch and things like that. And, letting that kind of guide the story and guide the dream, and then to come back and it really show how much of an impact it did have. This is obviously something that he was really passionate about as he was growing up and as he was little, and kind of lost that and wanted to come back to it. I thought it was really cute. I really enjoyed it.